afternoon. I mean, it is lunchtime, technically, but, I mean, we're talking semantics. I mean, at the end
lunchtime doesn't revolve around noon. You can have lunch at a various amount of times.
Yes, you can, but
depends on what shift you're working. Lunch is whenever they give you lunch, I suppose. Welcome into a semantic discussion. That's what we do here on the Upstate Pulse, and we enjoy them a great deal. I will tell you on the show tonight, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. That's going to be fun. We're actually going to talk UFOs. We are going to talk about the finale for Secret Invasion, why some people loved it, all right, most people seem to hate it. We're going to talk about that. We also have a new segment called Questions for Odie. So if you have a question for Odie, and, we're specifically going to ask about Ireland, but you can ask him about
anything.
All right, just about anything.
Absolutely anything. The FCC were talking to me and they said, Odie, you've got free reign, man. Just go for it.
No, I don't think they did that. And here's the thing. On the text line, do what you do. Text
line.
Why
they kept pointing their finger at you and like they're red in the face?
Yeah, but for some reason it wasn't the pointy finger they were pointing at me.
Oh, yeah. It's that thing. Text line is 71307. Make sure you really, dude. right away, Viper. Make sure that you fill up a little flaccid when you text us at 71307. We are also live on Facebook at the Upstate Pulse and at News Talk. 98.9 WRD is actually the thing. Yes. Also, we are live on Twitter at 98.9 WRD and my personal Twitter page, Alonzo One Word. We are live on YouTube at the Upstate Pace, also known as the Upstate Pulse. And we are live on Twitch at the Upstate Pulse. I got to be honest with you. I spent a good portion of the day outdoors, and we'll be talking about how I was outdoors and why I was outdoors. And
Lonzo is creating his own sun and heat and energy here from he's been out absorbing so much sun all day long that he's just projecting it back into the room, and it's tremendous, I must say.
Well, there's also this thing.
Is that why I can't see?
There's also this. Well, maybe because
I'm going to turn the lights down a little.
Because I had that down. You turned that back up. I did. Yeah, someone turned it back up.
And it's not me.
Yeah.
There's only three people in this room.
Anyway, so
Pulse After Dark.
I have this thing, and it's weird. I don't know if I've talked about that on this here program or not, but I have this thing where
I told you not to talk about your weird thing on air, man.
Well, it's okay. The boss is on vacation. When the sun goes down, my burn comes out. I don't know what it is. Cameron has witnessed it. It's weird.
Yes.
So
it's a reddening.
I can feel that I got burnt, but it won't really show up until the sun goes down. And I don't, and it has nothing to do with Garth Brooks. It's just sun. It just is. Yeah, I dropped.
Why would Garth Brooks have anything to do with your son?
Because we ain't going down till the sun comes up. So they might have been, out and about.
Oot and a boot.
Yeah, that thing. By the way, let me introduce you to the people who are not here first. Matthew is not here.
Hi, Matthew.
I don't know why. And Tim is not here because he had to work earlier this morning. So
do we send a search party for Matthew?
I texted him. He didn't text me back. I don't know if I made him mad or anything because I kind of do that to people sometimes.
What did you do this time?
Yeah, I doubt it did anything. He just he's probably doing something and forgot to tell me that he wouldn't be here. That's fine.
Yeah, he's probably running.
But let's talk about the people who are here. I'm here, and my name's Lonzo, and I've been here for a really long time. Not today, but I mean a really long time. Overall, I've been here for like 23 and a half years. And this is my house. So, I mean, yeah. Cameron is here.
Hi, ho.
We do that. Hey, boys, what do you want to talk about? Hey, Cameron, how you doing today, boy?
I'm doing quite mighty fine.
You doing all right? You doing all right? Odie's here. How you doing there, boy?
Well, sure, Jesus, lads. The weather's been shocking kind to the horses. I've had them all out in the back field and the back pasture, and they're eating away like an old sucky calf. Isn't that right?
Okay. What kind of calf is that?
An old sucky calf.
Yeah, I still
that's a calf that's still with its mama.
So sucky as in no, I get it. I get it.
Suckling. It's a suckling calf.
Suckling. Yes.
Yeah, an old sucky calf.
Yeah, well,
what?
Exactly.
Anyway.
So
crickets.
No crickets here. So we're gonna have a good time tonight. I quoted a song. If you know what that is, you're very weird like me. I do want to tell you about something cool that I got to do. Several cool things that I got to do today, or this past week. One of them was I got to, along with Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show, which is weird. It's very strange. That show is called the Rob Brown Show.
Where did they come up with the name for that show?
They have guys and girls and maybe people who are not sure who they are.
Yeah,
it's like a group of people that get together and they try to.
Is it a happening or a being of people?
Well, yeah, possibly. It could be them aliens. I don't know.
Them.
But they throw.
Hold on now. I know I'm sidetracking here, but don't be dissing the aliens. I made it quite clear that I myself am an alien. I'm a legal alien, but I'm an alien.
Well, you're no longer an alien.
Yeah, I was about to say you're no longer an alien.
You're American now. So
yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, because you're legal.
So
no,
you're like apple pie.
I've always been legal.
Okay.
I just haven't been as legal as I am now.
All right. Apologize. Don't throw anything at me or anything. So
the slightly illicit Odie. Mildly illicit Odie.
There's never illicit.
That's like your gang name or name or something.
Hey man, what
rapper are you listening to? Oh man, I listen to slightly illicit Odie.
That's got a ring to it.
It kind of does, like a late night. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 late night with slightly illicit Odie.
Yeah. Parental discretion is advised.
Very advised.
Yes. So over on the Rob Brown Show, we got the opportunity to interview WWE Hall of Famer Sergeant Slaughter, which was so cool. And why am I talking about it here? Because I got to interview him, and I'm a wrestling fan, and it was really cool. I got to ask him a question, which was kind of serious, and the question was basically that his turn when he turned heel, I thought was a greater turn than what Hulk Hogan did when he went with the NWO, because Hulk Hogan, when he turned and went with the NWO, he turned on wrestling. But Sergeant Slaughter turned on America. And he told us a story about how he went to do G.I. Joe. He was on G.I. Joe for 6 years. He got back and Vince was kind of mad at him. So he made him do a heel turn and be anti-American during a war. So
yeah.
And he said he got stabbed 6 times and had acid thrown on him and stuff like that, because back then that's what happened when you were a wrestling fan. Let's see. Let's get to the stream really quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Chris says, Matthew, are you AWOL? He just answered my text. I haven't looked at it yet. Mark says, hey guys, shout out to Kid Flaccid. Who wins tonight, FTR or MJF Adam Cole? I'm going with We're Better Than You Are, baby. That's who I'm going with. Let's see. Trey says, first song that come to my head was Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me by George Michael and Elton John. I think the Elton John version alone was better, but I did like that version. That wasn't bad. Brantley says, hello, Greenville. And hello back, Brantley.
Hello, Brantley.
Alan says, Sergeant Slaughter looked younger than he expected. Yeah, dude, always. It's when you got the crew cut and you've always had the crew cut, because hair will make you look younger or older.
I think he's looked the same for 30 years.
Right. It's the chin. Because when you look at him, you look at the chin. You don't look at anything else. It's the chin and the mustache.
Maybe he exfoliates.
Chris possibly, or maybe someone exfoliates him. Chris says, in my day, if you went AWOL, you got the bejesus treatment, as in the bejesus kicked out. Come on, man. We don't resort to violence here. Plus, Matthew doesn't get paid. Brantley, hit that line button, y'all. Help these guys out on the tubes. Yeah. Thank you, Brantley.
Tubes.
Yeah, I'm not going to tell you to.
Does that mean that
punch that like button? I'm not going to do that. We appreciate anyone who watches.
I will. Yeah.
You're gonna tell
y'all
them to punch
can
it?
just hit that like button, subscribe, send us checks, anything you want. You can buy us.
All right, no, you cannot. There's this thing called Payola Plagola, and
no, they can't do that, can they? No.
I don't know if you got to that module
Payola
yet
Plagola?
or not. Payola Plagola.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you can't do that. But so speaking of Sergeant Slaughter, he is going to be at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasant Brook Drive, tomorrow from 2 to 5 p.m. If you haven't been to Borderlands yet, I've talked about it every week. I'm not just gushing because they sponsor the show. I love that place. It's awesome. It really is. And you should go check it out. But especially if you are a seasoned listener who knows who Sergeant Slaughter is, or maybe you're a historian, you know who Sergeant Slaughter is, and you would like to go get an autograph, you can do that at Borderlands Comics and Games tomorrow from 2 to 5 p.m. And you know what? Bring along
bring the little
family.
parts, bring the big parts, bring everybody.
Yeah, there you go. Because you bring a child who's getting into wrestling, and they'll get to see what someone who's larger than life is, and then you take them home and pull up some old G.I. Joe cartoons and go, look, there he is.
There he is.
Right.
Or then you bring them home and they beat the living bejesus out of you because they want to reenact what they've seen in the ring.
No.
Are you saying that you've never, as a kid, as a young Lonzo running around the place, that you never done a suplex on somebody?
We before wrestling practice in high school, by the way, our wrestling team had won like the championship like 35 years ago. They dropped it 35 years in a row, not in ago, but it was probably in ago when they were doing that. And not an ego. This is a totally different thing. Yes, exactly. Before practice we would do that sort of thing. I did put, they say a camel clutch doesn't work. It does. They say that certain things don't work wrestling wise. They do. And we used to do that in high school for sure, including jumping off the top of the bleachers, pretending like it was the ropes. I mean, you do that sort of thing.
When you say that you used to wrestle, was that wrestling?
No, my wrestling is something that Cameron did also, what they consider amateur wrestling, which is a high school sport. Cameron, by the way, was ranked in the nation in his senior year because he was that good. I was not. But that doesn't mean anything. I was pretty good. Okay. So, but yeah.
You were in a harder
I was
environment.
I was. I went to a wrestling school where if your name ended up on the wall, you were a star. So it's one of those things. Yes. This school, by the way, representing Marion Franklin. You can't see it behind the thing.
Yeah.
I'd have to move my camera and it will I mean, crap out thanks to Tim.
You could stand up.
Yeah,
stand up and be recognized.
Yeah, but I'll do that during the break, which we're going to take now. When we come back, we are going to talk UFOs because they talking about them bodies. We're going to talk about them bodies and UFOs, and I'm curious about what Odie thinks about UFOs. And do they got them aliens in Ireland? Well, we're going to find out. You listen to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
By the way, yes, Alan, knowing is half the battle. The other half of the battle is extreme violence. And Dad is getting down. He's getting jiggy with it.
I wanted to play that. I wanted to keep playing that tune. That was,
It is oddly catchy.
Isn't it a bad thing? It's a bad thing.
Cameron, it's just like your head on there.
Flying Odies.
It's just like your head on there. It's weird.
I have a large noggin.
Let's do this. There we go.
No, don't do that.
You don't like that one?
Why not? Yes, the most important person. See Gene. Gene's right here. I do love how the lighting works because you can barely see Wonka's face.
Yeah, he looks kind of menacing back there. That's kind of a little freaky. It really is.
Hey, does anybody want to take this boat through a tunnel?
Yes.
There's no knowing where we're going.
Sergeant Slaughter was a character. The real guy playing that character was not meant to be a member of the Marine Corps. Yeah, but he was a good character.
So Matthew is running a tournament, which usually when he misses, that's what he's doing.
Okay. Alan is saying, Odie got to bring some UK cheese to the tastings. Alan, I'm going to leave you for a minute and just go look at a map. I love you, but go look at a map. I'm from Ireland. Not going to say any more than that.
Yeah, but it's Great Britain, so... I'm sorry. I just this is how instant that happens. It's just,
so
I don't understand. It looks like legitimate anger, and I apologize, but that's what I do. So I mean, it's just
you guys can go home. You have 3 ex-wives.
I'm on it. Well,
I wish I knew what bed I had on because I just want to play that one for the entire night.
Cameron didn't pursue that, Trey. He probably could have got into a walk-on type thing. It's hard to get a wrestling scholarship, and I don't think they're full scholarships. They're only partial, and it's hard to get. You got to be like, you got to wait your turn a lot.
The other thing is like there are no big programs around here.
Yeah, you got to go back up north to the Big Ten or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that.
I definitely was not good enough for that.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Why do you look guilty?
Because I nearly done something.
You look, yeah. What you did?
Nearly done something.
Yeah. I'm just tonight. I'm just on. Just
I can make that happen, Chris.
Is there gonna be a new band?
I could definitely. No, he didn't do it.
I know.
He just almost did it.
I know.
I'd say in about 7 minutes we would have heard if I had done it. Because I think it's every 30 minutes. It says
It is. When you got within 3 minutes of the bottom of the hour, right around 27.
Yeah.
So, hey, but you caught it.
I did. I caught it. I was looking at something and I caught it.
If you would have been so obvious, I wouldn't have noticed. You could have just went nonchalantly, just moved things around. I would not. Yeah.
See, you don't let the panic set in until like an hour later.
Oh no, there would have been no panic. It would have just been a case of.
You did it too.
It's okay, Alan. None but love for you, buddy. None but love for you.
Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Odie, and Cameron here. You know what? We just played a rejoin from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where they were at the mall. And I had a similar experience today in a way. I had, there were some young ladies behind me at Panther Camp, and they started talking like that. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh my God.
It wasn't quite Valley Girl, but it was like on the edge of Valley Girl.
Oh, for sure.
And they're like, how'd you get in? Well, I didn't really have a ticket, but I saw this person that I knew and I went up and I talked to them and they said, well, you know what? I think you could probably just go through. And so I went through. And so that's why I'm here. So it was really cool. And no, I had no idea who they were. And then suddenly they started talking about business and they went to a professional dialect. And it's like, well, where'd the Valley Girls go?
Was it something along the lines of, I came here in my Jeep and it's so beautiful. I've got loads of ducks on the front of it, but I need to talk to you about the stock takes of Odyssey Corporation and how it's actually growing in.
By the way, it was absolutely that.
Mhm.
I will not talk about what they were talking about because if they should happen to be listening, then they'll know, well, they know who I am because Stoneman kept saying my name really loud and things like that, which
was he also going, hey, I bet?
No, he was not.
He wasn't
need to do that. No, it's just, hey, Lonzo. And it's really, yeah. So
do you know Lonzo?
Yeah. Well,
do you know the Muffin Man?
If they didn't, they do now. And I'm sure they're tuning in because they think it is a good thing. All right. Trey says, I think that it would be a good sport to grow. A lot of great wrestlers can move into careers with MMA, and they do. My favorite UFC fighter of all time, Daniel Cormier, big time wrestler, and was really good at wrestling. Probably still is, because that stuff doesn't go away. At least the know-how. You have the know-how. The physical ability is not necessarily there, but the know-how is there. All right, so.
Yeah, I mean, you keep the muscle memory. You'll always know. It's like riding a bike. I mean, you're just going to fall off, or you're going to ride it.
I don't know. I think I could still pull off a standing switch. I think I could still do a half Nelson turn. I think I can do. I think I can do everything.
Yeah, I know.
I can't get back up after I do them.
Yeah, but I mean, you can get down.
I mean, most of the things I did were pretty low energy on my end, including the Michigan, which was
all right.
hilarious.
Come on. All right, we're moving on because that name should not be uttered on.
Oh,
this
come
station.
on!
Can you do the hustle?
I claimed it for Ohio.
I do know the hustle.
I renamed it into the Buckeye.
Do you want me to just turn his microphone down a little bit and we can just like
No, we're good.
move him on?
We're good. All right, so
I'd like to finish a point.
So
No, you wouldn't.
So let us move into the UFOs, or we'll never get there. And that's it's been talked about all week. Stop it, Alan.
What?
No, but that's not Michigan. That's Marshall. It's a totally different thing. If you're talking about Michigan, we are suspended for 4 games, I believe. Harbaugh. Anyway, UFOs have been talked about all week on Tara's show, on Bill's show, on Charlie's show, everywhere. And of course, and I had a discussion with someone who was on the liberal side and who is definitely someone who doesn't believe in UFOs. So, and he agreed that it's a wag the dog type situation. But what if it's not? What if it's not? See,
define wag the dog. Because I'm not familiar with that phrase.
Wag the dog come from a movie where they declared war on someone so you wouldn't look at.
I'm trying to find UFO music.
Yeah, well, kind of UFO. So wag the dog was a diversionary tactic.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Look at this, so you don't see what's really going on. And all the politics get discussed during the week, and this may or may not be that situation. Hey. Things are getting really close to happening to, let's say, someone's son. And so we're going to suddenly say that we have alien bodies. But that's what the thing is. This guy came out and said they have alien bodies.
Yeah, but you see, yes, I do believe that they probably do. And yeah, it is a wag the dog situation. It's like, oh, look over here. Let me distract you with this lovely alien body.
But how bad does it have to be? Why
is there a thing of cocaine on that body?
How bad does it have to be? How worried are you that you're willing to disclose something that could, and here's a discussion I had with a very science-minded guy.
Oh, pretty bad.
The discussion I had with a very science-minded guy is, and I think we've talked about this before, but not with Odie. You can't come right out and say, hey, here's the aliens, because there will be panic, because there are some people who cannot handle it. There are some people like the science-minded person that I talk to whose brain might actually break because they cannot. There's something within them that cannot say, yeah, that it exists. Speaking of it exists, there was a character in it, Stanley, who could not handle the fact that it existed.
Yes.
And there are people like that. They can't, because it ruins their concept of life, of humanity, of whatever. And if you show them proof, they're probably still not going to believe it.
Sometimes
even if they touch the body, even if they look at it, they'll say, well, that's just manufactured by Hollywood. There's no way that's a real alien.
These aliens are brought to you by Acme Alienware.
Exactly.
Watch out. They might explode. Or
No,
you could drop them like a piano.
I definitely, yes, 100% believe that there is some sort of alien life. Now, I don't know if it was millions of years ago, a long time ago, galaxy far, far away, or that it's millions of years in the future. I mean, it could very well be that there is aliens like UFOs or UAEs or whatever they are now, because the universe is so ridiculously massive. It wasn't made just for us to explore. How far have we gotten? With men, we've only gotten to the moon. With
I would say with man, moon's as far as we've been, but we've had.
We've got Voyager 1 and 2, and they're out beyond the solar system now at this stage. Like, we have sent a lot of things.
Yeah, they've been discovered by Captain Kirk by now. So yeah,
exactly. But yes, no, I do believe. Yeah, there is alien life forms. Would they be bothered with us? I don't think so. I think we're so backwards. I mean, we're cave people compared to that. As I said, we've only gotten to the moon.
I've seen one comment, like someone was just like, maybe aliens just avoid us because we're basically space orcs to them. It's just like,
yes.
Oh, these things terrify me.
So I was talking to a learned friend of mine, and he said to me, Star Trek is pretty on the button. And I said, what do you mean? He said, the Prime Directive. I was like, go on. Aliens that have any sense of being or whatever will not attack or come or do anything like that to our planet because we're not evolved enough. It is a Prime Directive. It's all right. You're going to get the aliens that pull the legs off ants, who are going to come, and they're just like just nasty, nasty little things, and they decide to come to Earth and do some probing and whatever they do. But you're going to get the, I didn't say that word. They're going to do some probing, but then you got the proper aliens who are going to like look at us from a distance. And
well,
like
that in itself is imposing morality on those particular creatures.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing.
That is the question of what would be their ethics.
I think they would have morals, because any civilization or being that can travel such vast distances in probably a relatively short space of time, I don't think they're going to come here just to start a fight.
All right. There are a lot of theories, including interdimensional travel, things like that. And again, because I have an imagination, I'm willing to believe that things are a possibility. There are some people who are so closed-minded that they can't fathom the fact that it could exist. Yes. Chris on the stream says, so are we getting the alien DUI crashes? I think that's a possibility. I've heard it said that well, if they're so advanced, how could they crash? You probably drive a pretty nice car. You know what? I was driving my really nice car yesterday and I got a flat tire. You know what? I got a flat tire. Thought I was going to die on a bridge as I watched the PSI go down. I'm sure the aliens suddenly, oh man, we just lost the left engine. Oh no, the right engine is sputtering. Yeah. We're going down. Yeah. Doesn't matter how smart they are, things go bad.
I thought we had more mileage, Glorb. Well, yeah, if you had spent a little bit more credits on that, we might have been able to be fine.
I like the idea of the DUI crashes. I can just imagine this alien crashing in, what was it, Roswell? And like these military guys coming up. What seems to be the problem? Hey, man, that planet just came out of nowhere, man. Does somebody get the idea of that? Where the heck am I, man? Are you an alien? No, I got to call my dad, okay?
I'm from Nevada.
Yeah, I'm from around here. You've got 7 arms. So are you being armist?
So Viper Dave on Twitch says they got thrown off course by a random Tesla Roadster. That's hilarious. You know, he launched a Tesla Roadster into space.
Yeah, I know, because I built a part that went onto it.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Look at you.
I know.
Look at you.
Wow. I imagine like deep in space.
And he silences the crowd and sits back and goes, yeah, I know what that is.
I know what that is. I had a part on it. Oh, yeah.
Alan says Odie is Tommy Chong. Yes, he is.
Hey, man.
Hopefully only in character.
Man. Matt's not here, man. Open up. It's Matt. No, Matt's not here, man.
And so, well, what do you guys think? Text line 71307 or hit us up on the stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter at either the Upstate Pulse or 98.9 WORD. What do you think? Do you let's put aside the wag the dog thing. Let's put aside all this kind of stuff. Do you believe it's a possibility? Because that's really what it comes down to. Or are you closed-minded because you're I would hold my fingers up and do the quote thing, but I hate when people do that. A science guy. Thank you, Eddie. If you're just you could be a science girl too. I mean, because we know someone who's like going to work for NASA.
And
so I mean, yeah.
If they do exist, would you do a Captain Kirk on it and make out with an alien?
Well, I'm married, dude.
It depends.
Well, I'm talking to the general public. I'm talking to the flaccid people.
I was going to say, I'll answer.
All right.
Yeah. Well, would you make out with it? You know, your dad is sitting right there.
It doesn't matter if it's
right there.
Let's go with Twi'lek.
Oh, absolutely.
Rodian.
If she has a good personality, maybe.
Really? No. I'm trying to think of all the aliens I don't know.
Rodians might be good kissers.
Yeah, they could be.
Viper Dave.
Yeah.
I'm with you, brother. 100%. I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. And if she does, she probably lives on Mars. All right, it's it's from a movie, right? It's an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
Get to the chopper.
Total Recall.
Yes.
Total Recall.
We don't need to say there's 3 of them.
Yeah, the red light district. Yeah, it was wonderful makeup.
Were you about to say we're going to take a break?
Yes, I was going to say we're going to take a break. Chris says, if there are UFOs, can they be the green women from Star Trek? Maybe.
What about the girls with the long yolks coming out of their heads? out of Star Wars, the green girl.
Twi'leks. That's the
Twi'leks.
first thing.
Is that okay?
That's the first thing I said.
There's two different species. You
Sorry,
got
I'm
the
not-
Twi'leks and Togrutas.
Just look, sorry, I'm not as geeky as the rest of you.
All right, Wayne, I get that, and I think if you believe in the Bible, you can also believe in aliens because God created man in his own image. Why would you specifically say in your own image? Because you made a bunch of other stuff too.
Yeah,
if you look at it that way, you listen to the Upstate Pulse right here. News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas and aliens. Oh no. We'd know what the weather was
Not
like
my
if
bad.
Odie would quit putting down the blinds. So it looks really dark in there. It's not. The blinds are dark. It could be dark outside. I don't know. Is it dark outside?
No.
Is it raining?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Windows are kind of dirty. I don't know.
So I took out the other weather because this weather's there. Ta-da!
Way to go, man.
I'm learning. I am learning. I'm a Jesus guy and aliens are demons, man.
Let's see. Weather coming through Seneca is really nasty right now.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
it easy
Yeah.
out there.
Be careful,
Yes.
everybody.
All right. Forehead. Is it starting to do the thing? Because if Cameron,
Yes, it is.
Cameron,
Yes,
Cameron,
it is.
like, is it? I know he
Yes.
said it's yeah. So the sun is going down, and this is coming out because I know I had my hat turned backwards. You know why? Because I was advertising the station to everyone behind me. So there.
Hey, Dave, not to be weird or anything, but where are you at? Why would that not be?
Yes, I know it's playing now. I left it up because it's there.
Do what?
The outro. I left the outro in. Should I have? I don't think it matters. It's 15 seconds. Because the severe weather came
All right.
in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I was confused for a minute because of
Oh, yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah,
Because this thing right here,
Does it usually
it
cut out
hurts,
there?
and I'm confused. So, yeah, I just let you know. Heading up to Pelzer. I don't know. Pelzer probably has some dark voided spots in it.
It does.
Yeah, we've been there before. So, I mean, there are places that the aliens probably wouldn't go.
I left a guy there, and he
Yeah,
was
Pel-
never the same afterwards.
I sang in Pelzer.
Just got into Anderson. I live in Anderson.
There's an echo on the stream. There shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be.
Yeah, there absolutely should not be.
We've all got our mics turned off on the stream.
If things have gone awry, it's all Odie's fault. There we go.
Hmm?
I don't know. Anybody else notice an echo?
There's an echo in me. Kitchen.
There you go. Alan says none on his stream.
None. No echo.
Yeah, be careful, Viper. I mean, because
Good on YouTube.
yeah, it's just your mom is just having trouble. What? That's his mom right there. The
Whose
one,
mom?
The one that says echo on stream.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
See the one with my last name?
Yeah, no, but I thought you were saying to Viper's mom.
No.
That Viper's mom was having.
Oh, there you go. So you had it on two different devices,
Ha-ha.
which I'm all for because that's 2 views instead of 1. But
We need 18 million views.
Also,
before we
Mark, that
leave.
is a very good point too, and that's something I always took that as more of a spiritual thing as opposed to like an actual physical thing.
5x5 here too. What? 5x5.
Means it's good.
Oh, okay.
in the pipe 5 by 5.
5x5.
It's actually I think it's from Aliens,
It is from Alien.
and then it was also used in the game StarCraft.
In reference to that.
I remember StarCraft. That was a good game. Good game.
Did you ever play 2?
No, I don't think so.
So I say it's interesting to play that because they tie in some stuff from 1 in there too.
Kerrigan, the
yeah, I don't think I've played it.
Blades.
You know what? I turned my Xbox on this week for the first time in about 5 months. It took 45 minutes for it to update.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Is it a Xbox One or is it?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's an Xbox something.
That makes sense.
I'm guessing it's probably not the original Xbox.
No.
Probably not. Is it a 360?
No, it's not 360. It's a white one.
Wow, that just
I think it's an S. I think it's a 1S.
is it. So that's one of the newer ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it here. I got it in America. Because the one I brought over didn't work.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Because of the
Yep.
the way the electric work. Yeah, yeah. I forget what's in. It's the
solenoid and the
Yeah.
transformer didn't get it going.
Yeah. That's it.
They're the words.
Yeah, no, they absolutely are. They're in the car though, but it has something to do with how the three prong is wired and how the three prong is wired in Europe as opposed to how it's wired
Yeah,
here.
they're wired differently back home.
You listen to the Upstate Pulse with Lonzo. I can't stand him. He deserves a job.
I have an awesome life. I really do. I really do. Just hearing Gunther threaten to chop me. The ring general.
It's just like, I don't know what that foreign man just said, but he's walking towards me menacingly.
Yeah, he sat in there right across from me, and I got to ask him, "Have you ever made anyone cry?" And he just kind of smiled at me, and it's just like, "Yep, that's what I thought."
There's the sadism.
There goes Odie over to the interweb, looking up what a gunter is. He's big.
He has the so when we get a chance on break, you should listen to the Chop Fest. His hands are really big. He is known for a chop as a across the chest,
Yeah.
a smack across the chest.
Yeah.
It leaves marks, major marks, and he does a really good job with it.
We can also show
fantastic.
you how that feels. During.
But I did ask him to chop
No.
Rob Brown from the Rob Brown Show, and
Still never know how to get that
his handler was with him and said no, he can't do that, which I didn't think he could. So some wrestlers can put moves on that they can apply without really hurting someone. You can't not hurt someone when you chop them. It just, you can't do it.
Because if it's going to be loud, you got to put some force behind
You're
it.
basically smacking someone. And so because of legalities, you couldn't do it. But I tried. I really tried. We can't get Rob on that wall, but we tried to get him. All right. So I have another question for the listeners right now. So
yes.
Next week we have WWE. No, it's tomorrow. Great American Bash. So I have wrestling picks that we were going to pick, but nobody's here but us three, and that's kind of unfair to pick. And because it's guaranteed one of the three of us are on that wall, and not Rob and not Matthew, and Tim's exempt because he lost last time. The only way that he could be on the wall is if he tied and then lost the tiebreaker. So should we pick anyway? I'm going to pick, but I don't think we do it. No, I can't do that, Chris. I can't. Rob suffered today, and I know he suffered today, so I'm not going to do that.
And don't you want him to be on the wall for the right reasons?
Yeah, you guys would try to get me to cheat to get him on the wall. Odie has now witnessed the Nerf wall.
Yes, I have. So does that mean I have to partake in said wall?
No, I will tell you that I will. You've seen what it entails, and I will ask you, will you participate? But here's the thing: I've already asked you, and you already said yes.
Oh yeah. I'll take it one for the team. I'll take a
I
hurt.
was gonna say, don't think that I forgot, because
Don't think that I don't know, man.
yeah, because I was there.
Because I know.
I was there, and like you said, yeah, and so now you're like contractually bound to me.
Yeah, you got an oral contract, man.
Yeah.
That's not worth the paper it's printed on.
Exactly. So anyway, so we're gonna talk about it because I want to talk about it, and it's a pretty big deal. There's some really good matches coming up tomorrow. Odie, do you have Peacock?
I have Peacock.
I'm going to give you a little homework. You don't have to do it, but I'm going to give you a little homework.
Go on.
All right. So NXT is developmental. So it's basically the minor leagues.
Okay.
So I don't, do they have minor leagues in rugby? Because I know you said you're in rugby.
Non-professional rugby. Yeah.
So
Are you
but
assuming
do you
he likes
understand
rugby,
what?
or does he actually?
No,
I
he
play rugby.
does. He does.
I
Yeah.
got a lot of head injuries when I used to play rugby, but it didn't affect anything. But I tell
Yeah.
you one thing, I got a lot of head injuries when I used to play rugby, and it didn't really affect anything though. But I'll tell you one thing, got a lot of head injuries.
When do we reset him?
Yeah, he's been reset. By the way, Alan, yeah, Cameron and I watched a couple episodes of that. We're going to talk about that too. So anyway, NXT is developmental the way minor league baseball is.
Yeah.
So these are guys and girls that are getting ready to learn how to wrestle the right way, learn how to do promos, which is, when they're verbally
So,
going at each other and
I'm-
stuff like that. There's a thing on tomorrow night, which
Yeah.
we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
NXT Great American Bash comes on at 8:00 on Peacock.
Okay.
Just watch a little bit of it.
Well, I tell you what, you're going to text me when that happens,
Yeah, I can
and
do
then
that.
I'll watch it.
I can do that. I can do that.
Yes.
I also will invite you. I mean, I'm not going to invite you to go next week because I would like you to be here. There's wrestling here next week. AEW will be in town, but in October, I think it is, Monday Night Raw will be here.
October.
Yes, Monday Night Raw will be here, and the show goes from 8:00 to 11:00. It's at the Well. We usually are able to get tickets. I would like you to go for show reasons.
I think why not?
Yeah, just so you can.
I would go to the Brunswick Wars.
There we go. And I've taken many people who have all right, I've taken like 3 people. That's many, right?
It's more than one.
Yeah, it's for sure more than one.
Yeah.
Who were not wrestling fans or had never watched it before, just to see the how they do, how smooth everything is, and all that kind of stuff. So,
I think I'd enjoy it. I think I would.
all right, we're gonna take our final break of the hour. When we come back, we're gonna talk some Secret Invasion and Twisted Metal. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Imogen is also saying that 98.9 is off the air.
That's weird. If we were off the air, we'd be getting alarms.
There was a weather, and then it disappeared. But
Okay.
yeah, we've got 8 seconds.
No. We've had a couple people say that they can't get the station. And
Chris is also saying.
Try to listen to Upstate Pulse in the car as usual.
Could be weather.
it could be.
It could be the weather, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna text engineering and see what they say. If they respond, they might be busy.
Okay, we're getting on the text line as well.
News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
Thanks, Keith. Have fun.
And now the most epic comic and game stories.
Have a blast tonight, Keith.
Reimagined, bigger and better than before. The state's premier hobby shop has been bringing the best in comics, manga, and gaming to the region for 3 decades. Come see us at our new enormous location at
All right, I have alerted engineering.
Yeah, I've got on the text line that there's.
That's odd because if alarms were going off, you would think they would let us know.
Yeah.
And I just checked our on-air feed and I could hear it. So it might be weather related and we could be in low power or something. I don't know. But anyway, I alerted engineering.
Does that mean we're not getting any life support?
Wow, no one can get the show on the radio.
Oh,
Weird. What are you getting? Are you guys getting static or just nothing?
it's probably a storm. Actually, yeah, there's a storm up where we have our big antenna. It was probably hit.
Well, we'll see if Chris gets back to me. Let me know. Oh, he says back up now.
Oh, cool. Dead air. Sorry, Mark. It should be back up.
Hey, man, we don't know.
Another station is bleeding over. We're low powering. That's what's going on. We're sorry, guys.
Oh, it is downpour outside right now. You can tell if someone didn't have the shades down.
I don't think it's going to be a change in light at all.
Lonzo just killed the entire studio. Dead.
All right, I wanted to see what happened if I did that. Now we all know. If you do the blinds the opposite direction. I thought they were already down as low as they could go. My bad.
I just hope that my windows are all up.
Your windows are up, right?
It's low on this way, so it should be fine.
Why would you not have your windows up, man? I mean, you know. Well, I alerted engineering. There's nothing we can really do about it, and I apologize. But everybody who's listening on here, I don't think that would affect that. So, I mean, there's that. I'm glad that we have given you alternatives when there's a problem. Big new signal and having problems. But it is definitely storming.
Yes.
Glad I didn't wash my car today. I was going to.
Performance issues.
We can get tablets for that.
Hmm?
We can get
Generic. Welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. Lonzo, Odie, and Cameron here. Hey, take it easy out there on the road. We'll keep you posted on any bad weather that we should get. But it's raining pretty hard here at the Palatial Studios at the corner of Garlington and Woodford Road in Greenville, South Carolina. If it's not raining where you are, good. But I will say this: we needed the rain, and because I get to cut Cameron's grass when it rains hard, and there's that.
We will say one thing. We are trying our best to see what's going on. We understand that there is a lot of outages, getting a lot of text messages coming in that the station is fuzzing out. We are sorry, but we have a big, massive antenna that looks like a lightning conductor, and it is one. Could have been hit. We don't know. So if you can't hear, if you're coming in intermittently on your automobile's radio or your house radio or on the radio on 98.9 on the FM dial. We're sorry. We're trying. We have engineering have been
all
told.
right. So engineering has just informed me
that
we're on backup power. So what you talked about could possibly have happened.
Yeah.
So he says we're working on it, currently on. So it should be back up. It may not be up at full strength, but when you get bad weather sometimes,
it happens.
You're right. Where our station is located, not the station, but the tower, it's like on a mountain. And a mountain's closer to the sky, and closer to the sky is closer to the lightning.
I like to put my radio antenna on a mountain in a valley, talking to the airwaves.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Let's talk Twisted Metal before we get to Secret Invasion, because someone mentioned it earlier on stream. By the way, we are live on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. Upstate Pulse 98.9 WRD. Cameron and I, we watched 3 episodes, or was it 2?
2.
We watched 2 episodes of Twisted Metal. Now this series is based on the game, which people are in cars and cities are walled off now, and all the criminals were pushed outside the walls, and they have like guns in their car, and it's a wasteland. But there are guys called milkmen. They're probably girls too, who will make deliveries from town to town. And Anthony Mackie, the sun is getting me, man. And I looked up, and there's a guy like dressed up as Yoda. It just threw me.
That is okay. I can see why. I can see why that would mess you up.
And the werewolves by him too.
There are werewolves.
Yeah. So it's Viper. Yeah, it's basically Mad Max except with comedy. And speaking of wrestlers, as we were talking about earlier, Samoa Joe, one of the most awesome wrestlers of all time, because not only when he's healthy, he's really good, but sometimes when people jump at him, he just takes a step out of the way and then laughs as they fall on the ground next to him, which is like the greatest move ever.
I always loved his style.
It's so cool. But he is playing Sweet Tooth, but he's not voicing him, because that would be the M&M's guy, the guy from Lego, the guy from that one Netflix show.
Arrested Development.
Yeah, Will Arnett. It's Will Arnett. I knew his name.
Okay, that was that tease thing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah, I was talking about all the stuff that he's been in.
You said you were burnt, so you threw me.
I am burnt. I really am. In a lot of ways. It's kind of weird. So the show is very bloody. Definitely an adult kind of show. But so far, Sweet Tooth is awesome.
Yes.
We're only a couple episodes in. Sweet Tooth is awesome. And That girl from Scream is in it, and she's like the bad guy. I think she's the bad guy.
She seemed like a bad guy.
I'm pretty sure she's the bad guy. So check it out if you get a chance. Now let's jump to Secret Invasion really quick. If you haven't watched the final episode, we're going to spoil, but we only got a couple minutes left in this hour, and that's enough. Supposedly, the last episode had the worst Rotten Tomatoes score of all time for a Marvel show. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care. And some people care. And if you care, explain to me why you care. Why does Rotten Tomatoes matter to you? Because there's a bunch of bots, and it's been proven there are a bunch of bots doing the rating. So if you're into AI telling you if your show's good enough, well, that's good for you, but not for me. I like to judge for myself. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really good.
Do you know, I only found out about Rotten Tomatoes. I can't believe I just said that, about Rotten Tomatoes and what they.
Hey man, you're legal now. You
Yeah, I know.
You got to speak American.
But I only
Or
found
maybe
out.
the mask slipped.
Yeah, I
finally.
think the mask slipped. I only found out that Rotten Tomatoes, the higher the score, the better movie, because you don't throw your tomato so it goes rotten. That's apparently why it's called Rotten Tomatoes.
And back in the day, you got refuse thrown at you if you were a criminal
Yeah.
or things like that. So yeah.
Boy, that happened so many times.
Yeah.
Those are good old days. We
All
got
right.
to throw produce at people.
Tomatoes.
Alan says, yes, sweet tooth. Awesome. Viper says, how accurate are the cars to the video games? Here's the problem. I never played the video games. I do know of them and I've seen things. The cars aren't bad. They aren't. Let's see. Mark says, my daughter told me the CGI in the last episode was cheesy. I'm the guy who always finds bad CGI. I will tell you, I didn't like her arm.
It just looks so weird.
Her Drax arm did not look right. But other than that, it's not like it was a high-speed chase in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I
It's
mean,
at least
so-
better than that.
I mean,
I
that's the worst of all time.
thought it was okay. It could have been better. It could have been worse. I still absolutely love the British MI6 agent the entire time.
The sad part is, and she's the best character. The sad part is that Rhodey didn't know Tony was dead.
Yep.
And he's going to have to find that out. All right. 1 hour down, another big hour to go right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Getting ready for Star Awards and the hoedown,
So what you gotta do?
I'll go with my boot barn voice for 3 hours. How you doing, young lady? Could you tell me where my seat is? Thank you very much.
Mayhaps can you send me in the direction of my assigned position?
Excuse me, partner. I'd like a water.
Lemon or no lemon?
Not in citrus.
Understood, sir.
I secretly hope that LexCorp wears a cowboy hat. I don't know that he will, but I hope he does.
Okay.
He pulled it back. He was going to ask a question. He pulled it back. Are you not wanting to point something out because you're afraid you'll be noobed? When it comes to this, I don't care as long as it gets recorded.
I'm reading them.
Oh, you're reading
I'm reading
text.
them out loud, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So we have text.
Oh, yeah.
And
lots of
that
them.
wind's
In fact,
kicking.
They're all asking why is the station now and why is the station now, why is
Okay.
the station
All right.
Let me not hear you. If we want to hear you.
If you want to hear from them,
That is the signal.
well, we'll talk about that when we come back. I also want to talk about bowling for a minute.
What do you want to talk about bowling?
And you'll know why.
Okay. I don't know why, but
Well, you don't. But you want a spontaneity. I want a spontaneity.
I like bowling. So unless you're going to be anti-bowling.
Mm-mm.
We don't tolerate that on this show.
All right. Here's what we're going to do. When we come back, we're going to do the Ask
Oh, yeah.
Odie segment. And one of the questions I'm going to ask, I'm just to let you know, this is a stream exclusive. The first question I'm going to ask Odie is, do they have bowling in Ireland? There you go. And that will help him segue into whatever he's going to talk about because I'm all about them segues.
Yes.
Segway.
Speaking of segues, maybe I'll ask him if they have segues in Ireland, not the verbal kind, but the kind that you like Weird Al drives. Weird Al, very good with the segue, by the way.
It is On the rejoin, it's not a rejoin, it's the open. Am I right?
It is the
Yeah,
open.
that's- yeah.
You're right, because we're opening the hour.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
This is where he said Farks. And I don't. That's just,
What was that? What was that?
like FARX. I don't know.
Yes, hello. My name is Litigious Farks.
Alan, I will make sure that I ask him that question.
My personal favorite was peasant bowling.
Is that like Peasant Chess from History of the World Part 2? I don't know if you've seen that. Is
History
that
of the
Peasant
World
Chess?
part.
It's a Mel Brooks thing.
When you take a
What was
piece
the
off
part
the
one?
board, are
History of the
they
World Part
part
one.
one.
are they
yeah.
released from their suffering?
Knight Jump Queen.
I think it's funny the way Chris says it. It's like, oh, Uddy, can you get grits in Ireland?
I'm glad that you could hear him do that.
I could actually hear.
That's how well written that is. Yeah.
I
He
did
does a
put
good
in
job
an
of
extra
conveying
ooh.
emotion.
I don't think you sound like Horshack, and I don't even know if he knows who Arnold Horshack is.
Arnold Horshack?
Who's Horshack?
There's a show called Welcome Back, Kotter.
Nope. I was
Back in the
thinking. I
70s.
was thinking he was Rorschach.
Oh, you think
And I was talking like Rorschach. Some guy died,
from
fell
Watchmen.
out a window,
Yeah. from
and I
Watchmen.
had to go up and show him my face, even though it wasn't my face.
Question for Odie or all: are you into cars? Oh, Viper Dave. In 2005, I can tell this one on here. I bought a Nissan Skyline GTR 34. It was 2.6 twin turbo when I bought it. It was 3.5 twin turbo when it was stolen from me.
Oh.
It still hurts.
He apparently is jealous of you. Are you jealous that it was stolen, or are you jealous that he had it for however long you had it?
704 horsepower. We killed a rolling road. We killed a dyno.
You killed a dino?
Yep. 704 horsepower is what we could get up to.
Did you
And
kill a
then it-
Stegosaurus,
How fast
or
do
what
you
kind of
go
dino
with
was
that
it?
much?
The dynos, it's not, it's the horsepower. It just revs it up.
Okay.
And it's just, yeah.
All right.
it's-
Okay.
You know what I just thought of?
Wow.
What if a car had a
Because I got a fast
Low-key-
car.
EMP or like something to disable it if it
So
like,
in Japan, now I know it was in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift where they used to shoot the EMP at it. They actually tried something like that and it did slightly work.
here's the thing, I have all these ideas, but I don't have the capital of which to
I
put
don't know,
them in.
man. I don't know.
Milliseconds.
That was like 3 seconds.
That was milliseconds.
All right. All right. I'll let it go. We're having a good time. I'll let your 3 seconds go.
Yeah. It was like two.
Yeah.
It was just falling into the third.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was it falling into the third? That was okay.
Has anybody out there ever fell into the third?
Yeah, but I need help getting out.
If I say it properly Irish, have you ever fallen into the third?
Yeah, that's probably not the way to go here.
I feel
No.
like we've all fallen into the turd.
No, let's stop. How about we stop?
Third.
Get that
You
good old
go
suction
southern, go
noise when
southern.
you get out.
Third.
They fell into the third.
There we go.
Well, I was pitching that as like your car gets stolen, you activate the EMP, they can't take it anywhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that'll
but
work.
can you make it work again?
Yeah, that's the
That's-
other part.
Yeah, I mean, you know.
I had a much more aggressive plan, but I didn't want to say that on air.
No, not you. Not aggressive.
No, certainly not. It's like if I can't have that car, nobody will.
Welcome into hour number 2 of the Upstate Pulse. By the way, this is the Nerd Hour, and I heard a song while I was over at Wofford from Kendrick Lamar that says nerd in it a bunch. And so we had to look it up, and now I know what it is. I've got to find a way to work it in. Obviously, it's Kendrick Lamar, so I can't just straight up play it.
Yeah, it might be a little hard.
Because
Well,
there's
I mean, we can, but nobody listening to us on any of the streams.
How about we do a parody,
hear it.
but with cheeses?
yeah, well, we could do that, or with something else. No, that's my point. if I can listen to it enough, we might be doing a parody of it because we like parodies. Speaking of parodies, it's
I got a parody.
it's Christmas in July, so we're going to we may play a song here in the next segment. But first, we're going to do a thing called Ask Odie while Odie tries to pull himself together. The first thing so if you have a question for Odie, we already threw this up on the stream. If you have a question for Odie, text line 71307. In case you didn't know it, Odie's not from around here. I know it's difficult, but he is not from here, from this area. And when I say not this area, he's not from South Carolina. There it is. There it is.
That's apparently Irish music.
Well, it gets there.
It does. It does.
There we
Sounds
go.
like King of the Hill to me, but whatever.
Well,
I
that's
don't know why,
that's
but
the
I'm
one
just-
you chose. I mean, what's
Yeah.
the instrument that stands out so much in Irish music?
The uilleann pipes.
The what kind of pipes?
Uilleann pipes.
Is that like bagpipes?
It's like bagpipes, but you don't blow into it. You've got.
Are they sick?
Yeah. Man, them uilleann pipes is sick.
You know that was a good one.
I don't know.
Oh.
Maybe it's so corny he's laughing. All right, so this segment will have a better intro to it, but I got too much sun today. There it is. There we go. Now it's Irish music.
I have the green fields in my ears and the shillelagh stuck up me nose. Oh, Jesus, let's go.
It sounds really painful.
It kinda does.
Yeah. So, do they have bowling in Ireland, Odie?
Yes, we do. So we do have bowling in Ireland. I'm not very good at it, but we do have it. Someone says, "Isn't Odie a little puppy in a comic strip?" But yes, I do have a question about bowling. So everybody knows that I've got a little 3-year-old, half American, half Irish boy back in the house. My wife American and I'm Irish. Oh, that was enlightening. Oh,
It was.
we could get hit.
We'll probably be fine.
Is there anywhere
We might be all right.
we might possibly be okay? Is there anywhere out there that I can bring my 3-year-old son bowling that has the little ramps?
Yes,
Because Anderson, the
absolutely.
Clemson bowling lanes
You
don't
know,
have it.
I could point right at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
That's that
That is
answer.
a very-
That's
yeah,
that question answered.
If you go to Congaree Road, there is a bowling alley there, which I've been to many times, and because of the sun on my forehead, I can't remember the name of it.
Spare time.
Thank you. Spare time.
You can go there when you have spare
Our
time.
last ratings party we had
Yeah.
was at spare time.
Yeah,
And-
because I want to bring him. I really want to bring him bowling because it's fun. Because
Yeah.
we went to the bowling alley last night and it was fun and he enjoyed it.
By the
and-
way,
yeah.
they're dragons, if I remember. You pull out the dragon
Ooh.
and you put the ball on the dragon and it comes out the dragon's mouth.
Oh, it
It
is
is dragons, isn't it? I'm
Yes,
pretty sure
they
it's
are.
dragons. Yeah.
That
They're
will
either dragons
absolutely-
or dinosaurs.
That'll warp his fragile little mind. It'll just be like, yes. So I think we need to go there.
Yeah, so check it out over there for sure. They also have they have some really good food there. Believe it or not.
Okay.
Yeah, they do. It's not bowling alley food. They have a restaurant in there with some really good food, and they've got a game room, and they also have laser tag. And I don't know. I'm kind of giving them a free plug.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I got a bunch of laser tag games
Ooh.
when my leg gets better. Because when we went over there for a ratings party, I went to everybody and said, "Hey, are you going to use your game card?" And some of them said no and gave me their game card. So I went and Rob Brown and our buddy Diddy, the three of us, we went.
Sorry.
It's his radio is Mike Venditti.
Okay.
Yeah, not Diddy as in
Not P. Diddy, not Puff Daddy,
not Puff Daddy, not that guy.
not
No,
Sean
that's-
Combs.
That's
Yeah.
that's not what I'm laughing at.
Okay, it wasn't Diddy as in Diddy. Can I go to the park?
No, it's not that either.
Okay, all right. If it's something else, let's just move on.
I'll tell you when we're off. I'll tell you
Will
in a
you
minute.
play us a Diddy?
So we're always off. So yeah, there you go. There's the answer. I have another
Yes.
question for Odie,
Go on.
and that would be: do you have donuts in Ireland? And
Yes, we do.
if so, what are they called?
Donuts.
Okay, well, it could have been something else.
But we have.
Hey,
Yeah.
are they round with holes in the middle of them?
Some of them are.
Oh,
Some of them are not.
if
Some
they
of them.
if they're filled, what is the filling of choice in Ireland?
Strawberry jam.
Really,
Mm.
strawberry jam.
Now,
Okay.
if you go a little bit more to the European side of it, like over to mainland Europe, it's custard.
Okay.
That's what they're filled with. They're filled with custard. We have the round with the hole in it. We do have them because a certain donut shop that I won't mention. I'm not going to say Krispy Kreme on air. I won't
Okay,
say.
yeah, you probably shouldn't do that.
No, I won't say Krispy Kreme.
So do they? Do they have hot and ready signs in Ireland?
I don't know, for the simple reason that I haven't been home since Krispy Kreme has gone to Ireland, so I don't know if they're hot and ready. And I'm not going to mention that it's Krispy Kreme either. You can't mention that it's Krispy Kreme.
Okay.
You can't do that.
Really
No.
quick on the stream, Alan says, some pinball museum in Simpsonville looks cool. It is cool. Cameron and I have spent time there. You pay some money and you can play all day.
So Viper
I felt like
Dave-
I was in the 80s.
Yeah. What is an eclair called?
An eclair. Yeah, we just
Okay,
have
all right,
eclairs.
all right.
Yeah.
Can you order an Irish bomb in Ireland?
Irish
or is
car
that
bomb, yes.
super offensive?
Not
over
even
there?
slightly.
Is this a
No,
drink?
you see, here's the
Is that-
thing.
no, is that a
no, it
drink?
is. It's a
I
drink.
don't drink, so I don't know.
Yeah, no,
so.
see, here's the thing with Irish people is we don't care. We don't, like, you could say, Odrin, you're the stupidest Irish person I've ever met in my entire life, and you smell like rotten dogs that have been out in the rain for about 12 years. And I'll just look at you and go, sure, fair enough. We don't get offended. We don't get offended harshly, easily, anything. We don't care. We're just like, well, look at, if that's the way you want to be, then fair enough. Now, if there's about 17 pints of Guinness in me, it might end up into fighting words. But at the end of it, I'll shake it.
So
Yeah.
how much is 17 points? I don't know.
Pints.
Oh, you
Pints.
said pints. So it sounded like points.
Yeah.
So
Then
there's a point system?
then-
How's that work?
Then we'll throw fists. But at the end of it,
It's
the
like
loser
Polish
will get
quartz.
picked up off the ground. Hands will be shaken. You go back into the bar. 2 pints, please.
All right. So the Sheamus character in wrestling is just an accurate depiction of an Irishman.
It's not
Okay.
even a depiction. That's exactly what we do.
Okay.
That
all right.
just is Ireland
Yes.
personified.
All right. All right. He also used to come out with a shillelagh, and that was interesting because it was,
Oh,
it was a big one. It looked,
Here's
painful.
Here's my question for Odie.
Hit me.
How prevalent are shillelaghs in Ireland?
They're prevalent enough.
Are they used for home defense like a baseball bat would be for like
No,
like you got like in a lot of like homes in the States and
Yeah.
stuff, people have baseball bats like just in case like
no,
someone
we use
comes to rob
hurls.
them.
We use a hurl.
A hurl?
That
Yeah.
thing that he had in here.
Remember the big long
yeah,
stick that looks
yeah.
like a wooden
Oh
spoon?
yeah.
Yeah, that
That's a
thing.
lot
You
more
can
deadly.
do serious damage with a hurl.
And you can get a little hook in there too.
Oh,
I mean,
you
if
can. You
yeah.
can.
Jesus, you could bait a lad up and down the middle of a field backwards in time, stand him up against the wall, bang, bang, one shot, straight to the hurl in the side of the head. Down he goes. Never get up again until you help him up.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
Yes.
But yes, we do have the Irish equivalent of a baseball bat, which is a hurl. It's a long stick,
Okay.
thick, made out of ash, so it bends, so you don't break it on the first. on the
On the
hit.
first guy.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's enough of Ask Odie for this week because I want an intro so we can actually ask Odie something next week.
Next week.
So you guys be thinking about some questions you can ask Odie about Ireland.
Huh.
And yeah, I mean he says he's up for it and he answered all the
I will.
questions. So I mean, you guys come up with some
We got some messages on the Flaccid text line as well.
okay. All right, go ahead.
Jim, thanks very much. He was saying thanks for reading out his little message about the comic book strip. I look like the dog from Garfield, but I'm not him. So, my tongue sticks out. I've got long ears kind of thing.
Well, do
But
you consider yourself as cute as Odie?
I am very cute.
Okay.
I'm just as cute as a button.
Would you
Cream
like scritches?
and custard. Someone says cream and custard filled donuts are the best. Yeah, I can go with that. Don't really like glazed donuts. Well, I mean, each to their own.
Our
you
guy,
know?
our guy Steven, who's usually on here but is not on here right now, sent us some donuts over on the Rob Brown show. One of which that had bacon on top of it. Are you opposed to bacon on a donut?
When I moved to America first, I had to live in a hotel for a while because of the work I was doing. I was kind of I won't say I moved, but I was here for a couple of weeks at a time. Then I go back to
Spy.
Ireland.
She's a spy.
And I go back to Ireland, back Ireland. And
Sounds like a spy. doesn't it?
have you ever had hotel breakfasts?
Yes.
Yes, and
Mm-hmm.
they largely consist of bacon. Lots of bacon. I unbaconed myself.
That is impossible. I just,
I did.
I'm not buying out of all the far-fetched things that you've ever said,
And there's been a lot.
being unbaconed. I just, you know what? I'm distraught. I'm upset.
I think the reason that
in extreme unbelief. Here.
Yeah, I think the reason that I unbaconed myself is because the bacon tastes like cack. It was horrible.
All right, I'm not sure you could say that on the air because I don't know what that is.
You
So-
can. No, you can.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take your word for it, 'cause I don't-
terrible.
Is,
Is that almost like caulk or like
I mean, how's
No, well, I mean, yeah, okay. We'll go with caulk.
Yeah.
It
Hey,
just-
it's like
hey boy, what the heck did you just say?
it tasted like something that you wouldn't want to taste.
Okay, all right, we'll go with that.
here's the thing. You should have better bacon then.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, you
my
should.
We can
mother-in-law.
re-bacon you.
Yeah, my mother-in-law is trying to get to re-bacon me.
We can reinvigorate your soul, Odie.
Okay, let's do it.
It might be dead
Well,
now.
I
but
think-
through bacon necromancy.
No,
we can,
no. We can go with some fresh, straight up bacon.
So how
Yeah.
about next week? Because we go for I don't know. Do they know that we go for
Yeah, that's
dinner?
fine.
They
Yeah,
go.
that's-
We go.
It's
we,
been a tradition here.
we go for
forever.
dinner. We go for food before we come to the show. Next week, I think we should go to a certain house that they do waffles, and we might re-bacon it.
All right, I'm willing to do that, even though I may die for 3 days afterwards. That's fine. I'm
think
down
boy.
for it.
Anybody want to meet us at the Waffle House?
No. We're not going to tell you which one we're going to.
Upstate Pulse Waffle House takeover.
All right, we are going to take a break. When we come back, it's Christmas in July. Let's play a Christmas in July song. You're listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
I found it again. I don't think they can hear us.
No, they can't. So we're just doing this to nothing.
I really should press the button.
We look like crazy people.
I was moving my head and suddenly I looked like Joe Biden, so I had to stop.
Oh Lord. We're just going.
No. I was not doing that.
What was I gonna
Is
say?
that a request or an order, Lisa?
What did Lisa say?
Silent rave.
Yeah,
Austin Green.
yeah, 'cause-
Hello. Welcome to Krispy Kreme. Can I take your order, please? Silent rave.
All right, look up.
Where was it?
Look up. Baby, it's cold outside.
Oh no. For those of you going to the Waffle House Bash,
That's it.
you ready to get smothered and covered? I don't know what that entails.
Hit play on this and see.
I'm 2 for 2 today. I feel so good about myself.
They're singing this song. Just wait. Yep. All right. Stop it. So we're gonna play that in the next segment.
Okay.
It's a short one too. So
Was it that one, the karaoke?
Yes.
Pulse karaoke, yeah.
this is leading up to. We are going to do Thriller, but I think if I would have planned it tonight, it wouldn't have worked.
No.
So I've got to know that the people are going to be in here to do it. And if I have the people, then we'll do it because it's going to require more than us three. We could do
Because
it.
we definitely need Matthew
We
for
need
it.
Matthew because he has to do the Vincent Price part.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
Can he do a Vincent Price impression?
He doesn't have to do Vincent Price. He can if he wants.
I want him to do it. I want to
Yeah.
get the pencil mustache for him too.
No.
Should I get the crow or was that a raven?
It's a raven.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
It is a raven from the movie The Raven. Vincent Price was in, and he had a magic battle against Peter Lorre, and it looked like a video game. This was like in the 40s or 50s. They're sitting at a long table, and they're just having a magic battle back and forth.
That's actually kind of cool.
No, it's awesome. As a kid, I was just like, of course, I didn't watch it. I was watching a rerun. My mom probably watched it when she was a kid.
Of course, I can't think of actual Vincent Price. All I think of is Bill Hader, and then by extension, Liberace.
That's a double whammy right there.
It's okay. It's endearing.
I like it.
No, I'm talking about the misspelling of my name.
Oh, Lanzo.
It's a thing. Trust me.
Was there an A in the front?
No. He puts it. He replaces the O with it.
Oh, yeah, I know who you're
Is that
talking
one?
about then.
Yeah.
So does that make you Lanzo Calrissian?
Yes, it does.
It does. I've obviously heard worse, like London. Like, no, my name is not London. Or still, the worst insult I ever had in my life is when we were going over to learn how to curl. Curling with Rob Brown and I. There's a curling club here in the Upstate.
Really?
So we went over to learn how to curl, and as they're signing me up, the lady looked up and she's like, "Oh, like a Muppet." And I'm just like, man, do you realize how mean that was? No, it was so mean. It really was.
But he was
But it was mean. It was mean how she did it. And so,
like in that sarcastic mean girl way, or
that Saturday, no, in a Karen sort of way.
Oh God.
That Saturday, I sang "Am I a Man or Am I a Muppet" on the air. So I mean,
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, well, and I built the whole thing up. It was the first time it was just me and Tim Snow alone. I'm like, I'm gonna look really mad. I'm warning you ahead of time. I'm gonna look really mad. You have to play the music at the right time. Don't get scared. Just play the music. And
Don't be scared.
Yeah.
Don't be scared.
Summonses, decrees, edicts, warrants, patents of nobility. I've even been known to jot down a poem or two of Muse's Descent. Probably read my book, Book of the Duchess. Fine, well, it was allegorical.
Oh, we won't hold that against you. That's for each man to decide for himself.
Yeah, he's just gonna play that at every single. Okay. Welcome back
to the Upstate Pulse rave.
Yeah, welcome back into the Upstate Pulse. We raving up in here, yo.
Can I let the other people hear it?
You should be.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
thought
got
you were
glow
doing that in the first
sticks.
place.
No,
Don't make me noob you, man.
It's the
'cause-
utility, isn't it?
Yes, and it was supposed to be in there the entire time.
It was.
Yeah, for our music, because it's all whitelisted.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be whitelisted? Because it is. So our rejoins are some of my favorite movies. By the way, if you have a suggestion, you can text us 71307 and try to get some clips in there. We're not supposed to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. You hear that little bit of a clip like from A Knight's Tale. A Knight's Tale is one of those movies that when it's on, if I'm flipping through and I see it, I just start watching it. I mean, there are a lot of movies like that, of course, that you just do that with. I'm trying to figure out, who has the least amount of rhythm, and I'm struggling here. By the way, if you want to see the dance party going on all up in here, go to Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Twitter, and you will see the rave going on in here. The bad part is we have no glow sticks, and the lights are too consistent. I've never been to a rave, but I from what I understand, it's not.
We can
not
fix
like
Let's do it like a German discotheque.
Yeah, let's do it with the Yama discotheque.
Yeah.
Get it, Dita.
Dita is dancing on the floor with all the girls. He's going crazy. Yeah, this is the German discotheque coming to you live from Dusseldorf. My good friend Hans, he's on the decks on the wheels of steel. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how to drive this thing.
All right, I gotta say, to the best of my knowledge, I don't think there's been any drinking going on in this room. It's just, some people are high on life. Yes. Odie is flashing the Gatorade. We don't know what's in the bottle. Yeah, thank you, Waterboy.
I'm just crazy.
All right, so there's this thing that goes on called Christmas in July. I've never entirely understood it, but it people, it's like they don't get enough Christmas music. The Upstate Pulse has an annual Christmas karaoke special, which will be coming back in December. Each year we try to do a little bit something different. I have an idea this year, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. But it's something that we're gonna work on throughout the year and have it ready to go along with our regular stuff. And we are working towards doing a song. We asked you a couple weeks ago what song we should parody, and it's going to be Thriller. We're going to do Thriller, but I got to have everybody in here if we're going to do it. And as you can see, it's just the three of us tonight, but we are working towards it. So as we work towards it, I wanted to play a song for you that was really hard for me to get done because Chris didn't want to do it. And I get why he didn't want to do it, but he didn't want to do it. I finally talked him into it. Generally, when we do these karaoke songs, we do not practice. We practice this a little bit because there's a lot of singing different parts over top of things. And you should be able to play this online. We'll see if we get flagged or not. Here we go.
I really can't stay. I've got to go away. The evening has been so very nice. My mother will start to worry. My father will be pacing the floor. So really I'd better scurry. Maybe just a half a drink more. The neighbors might think, like, what's with this drink? I wish I knew how to break this spell. I ought to say no, no, no. At least I'm going to say that I tried. I really can't stay, but baby, it's cold outside. What? I simply must go. The answer is no. This welcome has been so nice and warm.
Look outside the window, that's storm.
I don't see no storm. My sister will be suspicious. My brother will be there at the door. My maiden, that's mine and vicious. Or maybe just for a cigarette more. I've got to go home. Say, lend me your coat. You've really been grand. But don't you see? It's down to be talked tomorrow. You really know. At least there will be plenty of life. I really can't stay. Because maybe it's cold outside. All right, you know what? I told my manager that I would never do this again, and here I am with this stinking kid. This kid is disgusting. I don't know why I'm doing this. That's it. I quit.
You know that thing where they say you don't have to be mad to work in radio, but it helps.
Yeah,
you do.
You do. Mad as in crazy, not mad as in angry. Because
both, all of them.
Yeah. We do and have and will in the future have a good time because that's what radio should be.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I get during the week that you need some serious stuff because you need to know what's going on. But on the weekend,
where your relief, where your kind of your energy just needs to just go somewhere.
Come in and unwind a little bit. All right, that's the most Christmas in July that we're going to get now. In the next week or so, we are going to do Thriller. We're absolutely going to do it. It's got to make sure I get everybody in here. Got to get the parts written up and let people know where they're singing. I got to say, I have no idea what voice Odie's going to use.
I can use a few.
Yeah, he does.
Lonzo, I got a text in here and it's got me a little bit, I won't say concerned.
You can read all the texts that you want that can be read on
this one can be read. And I kind of think I need to read this in a German accent. It comes from 102. It says, Lonzo, are you all returning to the tradition of lederhosen in July?
Listen, here's the thing with lederhosen. I mean, I'll have to ask. I'll have to ask Charlie James because he's my fashion guy. He lets me know what's in and what's not in because Charlie knows all that kind of stuff. So just because you're telling me lederhosen is not in or out, I'll have to ask him.
I want to do the lederhosen.
Yes,
it feels good on my body.
We should do a lederhosen show.
Yeah, later with the hosen. I think it'll be the best show that we could ever do. It'll be later, and we'll have the hosen on. It'll be the later.
Oh yes, the hosen is the best.
So part. I don't know if Charlie's listening or not, but if you are, because you do on occasion, you can let me know right now. Is it lederhosen season? Because I don't know.
Well, it will be in October.
Is it only for October?
Because then you have Oktoberfest.
Yeah, but I mean, so you can only wear lederhosen in October.
Well, I mean, if you're German, you can wear it anytime you want.
Also, I just want to say this. Lederhosen, if I remember correctly, just means leather pants.
Yes, it does.
And
all right. Is this your guy? Is this someone who knows you? If not, it's disturbing. All right. Mike says, I love your podcast. It's the best podcast ever. I always listen while swirling my chest hairs. staring at a clogged toilet. I love you guys. And he
Thanks,
also
Mike.
says, I want to smell Odie after he jogs.
No, you don't.
That is
Maybe he's a plumber.
it's oddly specific. That's what that is. It's very specific and
Look, Odie, you got a stalker.
yeah, well, not yet. Let's hope it doesn't turn to that.
Let's hope it does.
Yeah.
I could do with some range time.
Wow. All right.
I know. Yeah, well, I mean, Mike, you don't. You really don't. I'm not the skinniest guy in the world, and you know, there's a lot of sweat there after I jog, and I don't jog very often because it hurts my boobs, my man boobs. Yes, it does. Mhm.
Yeah, it's bouncing up and down. You got to restrain those things,
Restraining orders.
which is what you might need if Mike wants to smell you. It's a good possibility.
Come on, Mike. Seriously, dude, you don't want to smell
I'm
me.
sure it's odiferous. See what I did there? Odious.
Odious.
Odious. Ooh,
Odious.
That's nice. That is nice. Very, very, very good. All right, let's take a break.
Of course, you know what music is going to play.
Well, it has
Let's
to
get it back.
I love the German music.
Oh, I probably should take us out the break. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD. I'm waiting for a text from the boss telling me to stop.
Ah. It wasn't me. See, the weather was there, and when I fired it, it disappeared. So I dropped down the.
I didn't hit the wrong button.
I was more talking about how the bed dropped out.
That's because the weather.
I tried to take over and
Tried to take over
okay,
and then
all
it
right,
didn't, yeah.
all right.
That's a recurring problem.
Okay, fine.
I'm listening right now wearing a Princess Leia wig, Lederhosen, and a Hello Kitty crop top. Mike, you're my kind of people, baby. Yeah.
I think we found our rave people.
I think we found our ravers. I don't think Lisa's happy with us.
Yeah, it's all right.
She'll be okay.
She's dealt with it for 30-something years. She should be okay. All right, come back with Nerd Roundtable. And then we have one more break, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So, I was about to say, I technically have a rave helmet.
The heck's a rave helmet?
You've seen it.
Probably.
It's the thing I was going to use for the Sith cosplay.
Oh, yeah.
It's also used at raves, apparently.
It is? Well, I didn't know that.
Well, it has a good face shield for it.
Why do you need a face shield for raving?
Now you don't get glow stick juice in your eyes.
You're not going to get no glow stick juice.
It happened at all the raves I've been to. All one of them.
All right, Mike. That's just too weird, dude. Stop that.
This is Mark Levin. Join me weeknights at 7 on News Talk 98.9 WORD.
You have silenced the room.
Paladin fans, the Bourbon Football Family Plan is back, presented by Healthy Blue.
I've never seen a glow stick broken before, so I don't know that.
Well, in the brief moments I had before it ended up in my eyes, it looked about the same as it was on the inside.
It's a bro, Jay. It's a bro. It's a bra for men. It's called a bro, and I think they've actually manufactured them.
No,
you're looking at the other stuff. Yeah, it's yeah. It might require something soon.
The hammer might come.
Somebody brought down the hammer.
All online with no complicated forms and no medical exam. All they had to do was answer a few health questions.
Wait, no medical.
A manager.
All right, so we are going to ask some questions, of course, in the Nerd Roundtable, but I am also going to talk about NXT. We're not going to do the picking because, yeah.
There's no medical exam, and Ethos makes the whole online process fast and easy. And look at these rates and coverage options. It's great protection.
You know what to do?
And totally fits our budget. Ethos. They've removed all the barriers from getting coverage. Go to checkethos.com to get your free online.
The men's ear.
Checkethos.com.
So I'm going to talk some NXT. We're not going to do picks because there's not enough people here. But SummerSlam's next week, so we'll get a chance to pick SummerSlam next week, and the Nerf wall will be to the loser the following week.
The loser goes the Nerf.
Yes.
To the loser goes the nerf.
When you endorse the swamp, this is what you get. And no, it's not 3D chess by Trump. Not doing something so smart we can't understand it. It's exactly what it looks like. And at some point, you got to say to yourself, Trump bears some responsibility here for what's happening. I hate what is happening to him. I do, and I don't want to take him all down. But I just want people.
Now I'm afraid to go to the story that I was going to go to with signs of the impending apocalypse. I'll show you later.
Why are you messing with the fantasy? We know about the reality. Don't run a fantasy, okay?
The Upstate Pulse presents the Nerd Roundtable. Allow me to alert, because the guys from your high school debate team need to lay the smackdown.
Are you familiar with the Drake equation? The one that estimates the odds of making contact with extraterrestrials by calculating the product of increasingly restricted series of fractional values, such as those stars and planets, and those planets likely to develop life. N equals R times FP times NE times FL times FI times FC times L.
Yeah, you might want to get out your tape recorder, because it's going to be a historical moment.
All right, time for the Nerd Roundtable, where we usually have things that we argue about. The first thing, I'm going to talk some NXT wrestling, but before we talk about it, Cameron and I were having a discussion in the car on the way up here about conversations.
Mm-hmm.
Is a conversation a length of time? Does that make it a conversation, or is it amount of sentences or amount of words? What makes it a conversation?
I think it's an interaction between two people,
So,
or 3 or 4 or 5 people.
So if Odie and I are looking at each other and kind of like nodding, just kind of, nodding.
That's a non-verbal conversation.
Is it a conversation?
I mean, man, we could be telekineting.
We're definitely
talking with our brain
We're
bones.
telekineting.
We could be. I mean, I believe that a conversation is an interaction, possibly verbally, maybe just physically.
So like when a producer is looking at the talent, let's call them that,
Yeah.
and who's going way over when they need to go to break, and you're kind of doing the thing, and then you're making making the breaking sound, and that's a conversation.
Yeah, but we do this. We just do that.
But that doesn't always work, because I will tell you turn it down.
You will actually.
Yeah, and I've heard some other hosts do that too. So music doesn't always work.
You can go really loud.
You could do that. You absolutely could do that.
Yeah.
So, but I think Cameron thought maybe there was a time limit, but you also said something about 3 sentences. Or did we decide on 3 sentences?
Well, 3 sentences, like you were wanting to make it about the sentence length and all that, or not sentence length, but like amount of sentences. The reason why I said length before is that kind of requires there to be some back and forth for a while.
But there's a clip we used to play, and I forget what movie it's from. It might be from Basketball or something, where they're going, dude, and that's a conversation.
That is a conversation
because inflection, they're using the same word, but how they're saying the word is causing the word to have a different meaning.
See, I think the magical rule of 3 that all human beings are guided by, because 3 just sounds about right.
3 is a magic number.
3 is. That's told to be by my English
teacher. You my
teacher.
guy. Cameron has no idea what it is.
Not at all.
I don't. I'm young, so youngish. Oh, anyway.
Sorry, Cameron.
There's a big number coming up.
Oh, God.
You go right ahead.
I know. I mean, 3 seems like the right amount of like interaction to have.
3 is one of those big numbers that's coming up. Go ahead.
I like trees.
Hate you.
Flaccid text line has a 3 in it. Flaccid text line 71307.
There's a tree there.
Tree.
All right. So what do you guys think? Text line 71307. I'm not going to say 71307. Or on YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, or Facebook. What makes a conversation? Let us move on to NXT Great American Bash. Like I said, we're not going to pick it, but I will talk about it briefly.
Mm-hmm.
In the kickoff match, the Metaphor, which is Noam Dar, Oro Mensah, Lash Legend, and Jakara Jackson, go up against Nathan Frazier, Dragon Lee, Valentina Feroz, and Yulisa Leon. And I'm going to go with the Metaphor is going to win that match, because it's actually a pretty good group. And I like what they're doing with them, especially Noam Dar is kind of annoying or Noam Dar rather. Yoam's probably his brother. But I think you need some annoying people in wrestling. Next match is a Weapons Wild match, which is what Odie would love to have. Blair Davenport versus Roxanne Perez. Roxanne Perez, too much of a push early on, and I don't think she's that good. I mean, she might be, this is developmental, so she might get there someday, but I'm going to go with Blair Davenport there. NXT Tag Team Championship, the Gallus Boys versus the Family, Tony D'Angelo and Channing Stacks Lorenzo. I got to go with the Family. It's a straight up mob boss family in wrestling. And I mean, they got the Italian music going. One of them was in prison last week and they got him out.
About it. It's all good.
Yeah, it's all that. It's all that.
Coming in here, you're going to wrestle in my ring. Forget about it.
Yeah, it's all of that kind of thing right over there. Yeah. And so
thing you do to me right there, you know, I don't, it's all right. Forget about it.
I'm going with the Family. Do they have Mafia? And yeah, I know they do. Never mind. Conor McGregor. Anyway, what?
No.
What?
I'm just going to shoot that one right down. I'm going to.
You're saying he doesn't have ties?
He does, and he wears them, and he looks like an idiot when he does.
I think he has ties. That dude, that old guy he punched in the pub, and he just looked at him and kept on drinking. That's what, when I think of Ireland, I think of that old guy.
There's another word that we have for Conor McGregor, and I'm not going to say it because I'll be fired.
Wow, anger there. All right, the next match is
no, it's not anger. It's just yeah.
He's not one of you.
He's not me.
Okay, all right. NXT Women's Championship submission match between Tiffany Stratton and Thea Hale. And let's go Thea, representing the U. Not that U.
Me?
Yes. No, it's university.
The sheep U?
Thea Hale. I'm going to go with Thea to win that match. NXT North American Championship triple threat match, Dominic Mysterio, Dirty Dom versus Wes Lee and Mustafa Ali. I'm going to go Dirty Dom is going to lose to Mustafa Ali. And finally, the NXT Championship match between Carmelo Hayes and Ilya Dragunov. Ilya Dragunov wins this match.
Why did he get the name Ilya Dragunov? Is it because he needs to get someone to drag him off?
Maybe he's Russian or something.
Oh,
yeah. And I think Ilya wins the championship. Carmelo Hayes is going to move up to the main roster and go with the faction that's being formed with Bobby Lashley and a certain tag team. All right, there we go. We're gonna move on from that.
Yeah. So on the Flossa text line, we have 102 who says, "Fellas, talking about teleconnecting. But in his defense, he had a Mexican. So I'm not too sure what that has to do with the price of fish. I mean, if you're telekineticing and you had a Mexican, and then he says about the conversations, I am Groot, and we can all agree with that. That's a very deep sentiment.
It is.
I mean, to just like, I mean, to come on, send us a text, I am Groot. I mean, that takes guts, man. That really takes guts.
That's a deep philosophical thought right there.
I mean, we should all just please send us in your name, because I mean, we need to know who you are. That's an open statement.
That sort of thing makes me feel Smurfy, but that's just me.
Did you ever get smurfed in the Smurf by a Smurf with a Smurf?
That's a long story.
Yeah, we don't have enough time left in the show to talk about that. It was an experience I'm still recovering from.
He Smurfed me, man.
Yeah, he did. Absolutely. And he'll do it again if you give him the chance. All right.
Better than getting Gargamel.
Cameron enjoys trying all kinds of different food, including Thai food. And have you had the Thai food?
Yeah.
You like the Thai? What's your favorite Thai food?
I kind of like to untie my food first, but go ahead.
Yeah. Well,
I like it in the nuts.
It might get away if you do that.
I'm kind of basic. I like pad Thai.
Yeah, it's
basically just some noodles or some rice noodles and a chicken or protein of choice or whatever.
All right. Really quickly to the stream. Alan says military people knows trees. Odie.
Alan, we'll talk later.
Yes. Mark says Thea Hale is hilariously high energy. I hope she wins. So do I. Viper says telekinesis in Skyrim is fun and useless at the same time. Yeah, you can't. Can you use it to make to open a gate? No. So what's the point? Hey, look, I can make the bread float. What good does that do?
It'd be nice if you're like in a jail cell and you could just, get a key to float towards you.
Yeah.
Well, Jack Black did levitate a yak from 200 yards away with mine bullets. That's telekinesis, Kyle.
There you go. Trey says Chase U is my favorite WWE faction. All right, back to Thai food. A woman is suing a Thai restaurant after she says a spicy appetizer caused chemical burns on her vocal cords. Have you ever had anything so spicy that you thought you got chemical burns on your vocal cords?
Anytime I eat pizza, is that the same thing when it burns the roof of your mouth?
No,
That's different.
That's
about
your vocal cords are down here. Okay, the palate is up here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anatomy.
Yes.
Don't worry, I'll give you an anatomy lesson later.
The customer
I have slides.
Don't like your one.
Customer ordered a dish called Dragon Balls at Coup d'etat in California and
Good night,
asked
everybody.
and asked
Coup
the
d'etat.
server to have it made less spicy. So she asked for it to be less spicy. So you ordered something called Dragon Balls and asked for it to be less spicy. After the customer began to eat the dish, she immediately felt her mouth, tongue, throat, and nose burn like fire. The customer began to lose her voice and was later diagnosed with chemical burns to both vocal cords, a part of her right nostril, and her esophagus.
You know what that sounds to me?
Painful?
Sounds like she was weak.
The lawsuit accuses the restaurant of selling food with an unsafe level of Thai chili that made it unfit for human consumption. Have you ever eaten anything so hot? And I mean, we're the home of the ghost pepper right here. Have you ever eaten anything so hot that it burnt you for days, upper and lower?
No, because if I eat anything that's not even hot, that's mildly hot, I have to worship the porcelain gods for quite a while.
All right. Alan says, I've had Apollo.
You give many offerings.
Alan says, I've had Apollo the last dab from Hot Ones, and it was delicious, euphoric, and painful. Yum.
I like how he threw euphoric. in there
Euphoric.
in the
Yeah.
middle.
I mean, so it made you contemplate your place in the universe.
Where am I at? Ow.
No, this is really quick. When you get an upset stomach and someone says try Pepto and you've never tried it before, it works, but they never tell you what happens after it works.
Yeah, nothing.
No.
Nothing works. Nothing
We'll
works.
talk about that off the air.
Yeah. All right.
I was going to say, so I got a max level pad thai at one point from a Thai restaurant. Me and my buddy, it came in late. We had to scarf it down because we were late for work because of how late we got the food. And boy, that was an experience. He and I were in tears.
He's never recovered. You are listening to the Upstate Pulse right here on News Talk 98.9 WRD, the voice of Carolinas. Remember lightning round. You got
Yeah.
okay. Good. Ooh, Vipers growing Carolina Reapers last year.
Ooh.
And use them in my chili. You know, Rob Brown from Rob Brown Show is growing them also to put in salsa. But, you know, Rob, like, always talks about the stuff he cooks, like dad and jambalaya and things like that. And he always says he's going to bring me stuff in, and he never does.
I'd like to have some good old Louisiana jambalaya.
Yeah, me too.
No, we got a friend of mine met it for some work, and we all had to visit the potty. Yeah, we all got
Here's the
food
thing.
poisoning.
Like most wonderful things at first, it'll be great when it starts, and it'll be terrible when it finishes.
Here's the thing that I want to talk about Pepto. You know the way it works, and it stops everything from coming out of you at
that's
explicit
the way it
speeds.
just stops.
Do you know the next day when you do drop one and it's blacker than the gates of hell? Nobody told me that happens.
This is what, do they not have Pepto?
No, we do not have Pepto.
Okay, well that's what do you have?
Milk of magnesia.
Okay,
yeah. But yeah, nobody told me.
Well, does milk of magnesia like have the corner of the market? They don't allow Pepto there.
I
That's
don't
weird.
know, but nobody told me.
Maybe
that,
they don't have pink in Ireland. Do you not have pink?
No,
in
we have
Ireland?
pink. Yeah, she's a
Okay.
good artist.
What, the color?
Yeah, I was talking
The
about the color,
entire
but the
color
artist,
is
I agree.
The Barbie
I agree.
movie bombed in Ireland.
Did it?
Can't
No,
allow it. Way
I was
too
gonna
much.
say it's done
too
pretty
much
well.
pink.
It's doing pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, nobody told me it was going to be black. And I'll tell you one thing, it scared the living out of me.
Well, I mean,
That probably helped keep you regular.
Already
in that
there.
case.
Yeah, no. But yeah.
All right, Alan, I'll take your word for that. The places we've been tonight are disturbing.
I've been everywhere, man.
Yes. And,
Red wine makes, yes,
we've
it
been-
does.
We've been places I don't want to go next week.
But we're going
I'm
to.
just saying, well, I don't know about that. We'll see.
But we haven't been anywhere we shouldn't have gone.
I wasn't just talking about us.
Oh.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. There's a reason I carry something. I've been everywhere.
Speaking
man.
of which, I was worried about getting comments from someone because of a story, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's the end of the show.
Go on.
No one in this room, of course.
We'll do it after the show.
No. I'm gonna. Never mind.
There's a candy called unicorn balls. I will never confirm or deny how delicious they are. That is funny. Oh my god.
What has happened to my PG show? I don't know.
My head actually hurts. That was
It's
so
grown
funny.
up and gotten into some weird stuff.
No, it's only 8.5. It's not old enough for this stuff.
Hey, Dad, whatever
It's not
happened
even a
to
preteen yet.
predictability?
Yeah, whatever.
Newsman, the paper boy, evening TV.
Can I say that on air?
What?
That there's a candy called unicorn balls.
I am some.
I can dance around it. I'll dance around it.
Hey, I said Dragon Balls, but
Yeah.
Oh, I got another.
my favorite anime of all time. Although
Ask Cody
One Piece
question.
is
Do you guys? Do you
we
guys
don't
say
have a
ball?
whole lot of time.
It's a very quick yes
Oh
or no.
no! I put the lightning round in the wrong place.
Never mind. I'll save it for after the
You
show.
got this. You got 20 seconds. You're not gonna be able to move it over there. You're gonna have to grab it from there, and you got to delete it over on the other side.
Or paddleboarding instead. Swimming, snorkeling, and diving are great activities too, and have virtually no impact on the
Look at you.
environment.
Look at that. Yeah.
That kind of
Let it go.
that puckered it up. Now that one did.
Aloe toilet paper. That sounds
We'll do it.
slimy.
Lightning can only strike twice so many times.
All right, time for the lightning round. We squeeze in as many stories as we possibly can in the last little bit of the show. A man has spent $15,000 to become what, Cameron?
King of the Pirates?
Yar.
No. Odie, what does the man spend $15,000 to become?
A woman.
No.
Okay.
That's a better guess than what he guessed.
Okay.
The man who goes by Toko spent the money to have a realistic collie costume made so he can walk the streets on all fours, and he finally did just that in the video he's posted to YouTube. I finally got to fulfill a dream I've had since I was a little child, turning into a dog and going for a walk outside, Toko says, before venturing outdoors where he can be seen being led around on a leash and sniffing other dogs' butts.
So his name is Toko. Did he feel the rains down in Africa?
That's Todo.
Oh, okay.
The clip also shows Toko playing in his backyard and performing dog tricks in exchange for treats. That's not to say Toko has had to undergo the transformation from man to collie alone. Along the way, he's picked up 30,000 YouTube subscribers. What's wrong with you people? Many of whom have encouraged him on his venture. Still, he says, heading outside for the first time made him very nervous, adding, I rarely tell my friends because I'm afraid they will think I'm weird.
Not so.
Yeah. So,
Don't worry. They won't think it. They'll know it.
so it says he spent $15,000 to become a collie, but they just made him a collie costume. So it costs
Why
costs
15,000?
15,000. Is it anatomically correct? I don't know. That's weird. It's just.
I mean,
How much is it?
of all the questions you could have just asked, you asked, is it anatomically correct?
Hey, see. Remember the thing I told you where you just let some things
No.
just
Some
go?
some things
Yeah,
I will
yeah,
let go,
yes.
but I'm not letting that one go.
Well,
That's-
what else? I mean, all right. I respect furries to a
Yes.
certain degree. They don't do that.
No, they don't.
They
No,
don't.
they don't.
They don't.
That's a step too far.
Yeah, and furries save people's lives. They do.
Yeah.
But dude wanted to be a collie. At least he didn't name himself Lassie. I mean, because that would have been going way too far.
Wonder if he named himself Yeller.
Well, Lassie was actually a collie. Yeller was not a collie.
Oh.
It was a lab, I believe, Labrador Retriever.
Oh, Yeller.
All right. In a new comic book, by the way, check out Borderlands Comics and Games, where tomorrow from 2 to 5 p.m. you can meet Sergeant Slaughter, WWF or WWE, however you want to say it. Hall of Famer will be at Borderlands Comics and Games, 410 South Pleasantburg Drive. Go check that out tomorrow. Get you an autograph from him. If you've got a pointy chin, you can go get your picture taken with Sergeant Slaughter and realize your chin's not really that pointy because Sergeant Slaughter is. Anyway, there's a new comic book coming out. There's an alternate reality where somehow the Justice League ends up battling Godzilla and King Kong.
I feel bad for Godzilla.
And I got to tell you about this. Our guy Dante over at Borderlands Comics and Games tells me it's going to be good. So it's highly recommended by Dante. You got to check it out. I can't wait to. I mean, the Justice League have fought just about everything there is.
Is it the entire Justice League or like specific?
I don't know.
Members.
I don't know. It's coming out soon, and I'll let you know then. The John Wick prequel, The Continental, premieres September 22nd. So we're just a couple months away from getting to see The Continental. I'm looking forward to it. The thing is, when you have spinoffs of movies that are highly lauded or just people really like, I know it's the same thing, but there's some people who don't know what that is. Anyway, just trying to help. The spinoffs usually are sometimes are not that good. Hopefully this will be. Also, Donald Glover. A totally different guy.
Ruined it.
Donald Glover,
Donald Duck,
star of Lando, will now co-write the series for Disney. So Lando Calrissian from the from
Star Wars.
Yeah, from Star Wars. From the other things.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. The young Lando that was in Han Solo: A Star Wars Story.
Lando and Mando.
He is going to. He and his brother are going to write the Lando series.
From everything I understand, he writes and basically like does a lot of stuff for the show Atlanta.
Yeah,
I think it'll probably be good if he writes it because he's also a big nerd too.
He is.
So,
and I liked his depiction in Han Solo: A Star Wars Story, which is still much better than Rogue One, which has no hope. All right, send your hate. We're almost done.
On the text line, we got in a text from 138. I can't read it out, but I want to know how delicious they are.
All right. Speaking of delicious, a huge Lebanon bologna sandwich billed as one of the world's largest is on display at a central Pennsylvania fair. The 150-foot-long sandwich was created Tuesday night at the Lebanon Area Fair by a large crew of volunteers known as Bologna Security. Every foot-long bite was sponsored at $100, and the money was donated to Lebanon County Christian Ministries. Bologna Security used 600 slices of provolone cheese, 1,200 slices of half-sweet and original Seltzer's Lebanon bologna to create the 900 sandwiches, or 6 sandwiches per foot, which means separate sandwiches. It's not a big sandwich.
There was also a green-shirted hippie and his dog noted nearby.
Anyway,
Shaggy and Scooby.
Okay.
Frankie?
All right.
That was
All right. There we go.
You're my boy.
Yeah. Hey, thank you for listening to this not train wreck.
Crazy.
We don't have any
Craziness.
tracks. Just having fun on Saturday night. And thanks to everyone on the stream. Thanks for everyone on the text line. And we will talk to you next week. And make sure you have a good weekend. Also, happy birthday to my granddaughter. Turns 5 tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Alan, if you really do have a bidet,
I'm kind of jealous.
I don't know if what?
Have you never? Oh.
No. I just no. No.
So what you're saying is, Odie, you partake of the bidet.
Yes, I have.
Did you take us out of utility? We haven't said goodbye.
No,
yet.
I took a program.
Oh, okay. Why'd you do that?
I always do.
Well, you don't have to because that messes it up when Tim comes in.
How?
Because it needs to stay in program.
Why?
So when Tim talks on the air Monday, it can be heard.
There's a button right there that he can press.
Right, but it's like you're sabotaging the next guy.
Fine.
Yeah, don't sabotage the next
Microphone
guy.
1 is on program.
Yeah, it's like messing with the camera.
Leave it on program.
Okay.
Anyway, Alan, no thank you. No,
Alan, I have
just
been
the idea of
on
water being squirted somewhere just bothers me. Okay?
I have been on the continent many times. I have availed of a bidet. And I'll tell you one thing. Yes.
Listen, I know we're straight up still on stream, but we're still representing a station.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I got to ask this before we leave. So if you use a bidet, you still have to wipe, right?
You got to wipe it dry.
Okay.
You don't need to wipe it
So
clean.
what kind of power are we talking with a bidet?
Oh.
I mean, to remove sediment, is it like power wash?
We'll just
strength?
say. I don't know if I can say this.
Well,
I'll say this. I will
no.
I will say it as clean as possible. Some people will stay in there a little bit.
All right,
longer.
no. We're not talking about those people. One of which was on the stream earlier. No.
Some.
Oh, they've got blow dryers. No, is that real?
Oh, I've never seen them with the blow dryer.
Heated seats, yeah, I get that.
Heated seats, yeah. It's clean. It is clean.
I get it's clean, but how much pressure do you have to where you're like, okay, I know it got everything. Don't you still have to test to make sure
a nice
how
amount.
How much PSI are we talking?
Yeah, exactly.
Enough.
Well, what's enough?
It doesn't hurt, but
if I turn the bidet sideways, will it clean off my walls?
Yes.
That's what.
Yeah,
that sounds like too
Why
much.
don't you turn the bidet sideways?
Well, I'm not going to take it outside.
So when you have a shower,
yes,
I mean you clean everything.
Yeah.
That's what a bidet does.
Even have the handheld thing.
Yeah. And you can, and
is it
setting
the
3?
lowest setting
Enjoyable.
to the
What?
highest set? All right, comparing it to the lowest setting to the highest setting of the shower. Where does that lie?
Midland.
Okay.
Yeah, it's enough to get the
That's
job
not
done.
bad.
So when you're washing your hands under the sink,
yes,
and you put your hands under, and you put the sink on full volume, and it'll take the dirt off your hands. It's the same thing with one of those.
It's not quite the same.
Yes,
though,
it is.
because of the area.
Yep. Yeah, but it's
You might.
it's
Well,
clean. It's a little bit warm.
Well, I would hope so, because if it was cold, that would be a totally different.
that actually would be less bad.
Stop it, Alan.
Just
Yeah, I know.
Do you know? I just want to go into one of my stand-up sets at the minute.
Yeah, because
but I
there's
can't.
danger to other areas of the body. Well, yeah, you know what? Thank you guys for being on the stream. We're leaving now so we can return. So we can return.
I'll tell you what. This isn't a shameless plug, all right? But I do my own live stuff. So if you want to follow me. And I do my own live stuff. And because it's my own stuff, it's nothing to do with the station. I can talk about anything. And maybe Lonzo might come and talk on it sometime. And we'll talk about anything. Cameron as well. And then we can talk, because it won't be affiliated with Odyssey. And then we can kind of.
Well, no. The thing is once they have you, anything you do is representative of the company. Anyway,
we'll put masks on and we'll call ourselves a different name.
We could do that. We can
We'll
disguise our voices.
We'll disguise our voices.
Or we could just do that thing where we'll take the audio and make it.
Or what we can do is we can disguise our voices so that anybody that listens to us talking about bidets going up our they won't know it's us.
Wow, helium without helium. That's amazing. All right, we gotta go.
See you later, guys.
Love
y'all.
All right, see you guys.
Bye.